Boom, boom. This is Kendra, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got Destiny Child up today, and the update has dropped, ladies and gentlemen. She is finally in the house, and I've got her right up here on the main screen. We're talking about Banshee. Now, Banshee's an excellent character, and we're going to go into her stats a little bit better here. So let's go ahead. I'll do that a little bit later. First, let's go ahead and focus on the main update. We're in Ragna Break Season 13. So there's a new boss up. We're going to talk about that. And we got a bunch of items on the desktop here, some new events. They've got a lot of events that they've sort of crushed in here into one major update. It was a huge update that came out last night. I got everything up, and let's go ahead and take a look. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the first, take a look at the Ragna Bros. Kyrielation. It's a good song by Mr. if you want to hear. Kyrielation is the name of the song as well. So that stands for, I think it stands for Good Journey, is what Kyrielation stands for. So we've got the boss up. It's Kane, and Kane is, of course, fire. So you're, of course, going to want to bring water. As we know, water has the elemental advantage against fire. Fire has the elemental advantage against wood, and wood has the elemental advantage against water. So a fire boss, you want to bring, water primarily. Light or dark would work as well as would fire, but you're not going to get any elemental advantages from those three, but you will get the advantage from water. You definitely don't want to put wood in there if you don't have to, because they're going to take more damage, and they're probably going to die faster. You might be able to get by if I'm maybe sticking in a debuff for somebody on a back line. You might be able to survive, but it's seriously doubtful that they're going to last. They usually do buff these world bosses quite a bit, because they're world bosses. So let's take a look. Now remember, this is Kane is of course the child that you will be getting as the reward, but this is of course different. Boss skills may differ from the child, so they do. We'll go over Kane's skills, Kane that you're going to get a little shortly here, but let's take a look at the boss. So basically auto attack damage. Our aim is still damage to 2 enemies, highest hit point, inflict graze, which increases the DoD damage and duration of bleed. So if you got any characters that are susceptible to bleed, you want to be careful about that, because the damage and the duration of bleed is going to be increased. And then 2 enemies priority. Okay, so it's going to hit debuffed characters and more bleed. So we've got a lot of bleed coming out here. You definitely want to bring a lot of healers and a lot of defenders on this one. Deal damage to all enemies, inflict rend on targets with the DOT. Okay, and they've got that bleed. So this is going to be just basically stacking damage. A debuff resistance plus 40%. That does not help at all. That's going to hurt big time. Debuff duration cut negative 60%. All skill def plus 80 except for weak point. Attributes for allies. So this is quite a tough one actually. So yeah, he's going to do some. He's going to hurt. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ragna mission. Is up. You can of course get Kane in here after you do 39. So just focus on that. And let's go take a look at the shop. Just remember, it's just like always. Clear these 5. The next 5 will pop. And that'll be, clear those. The next, the next 5, clear that'll drop. Next 5, that'll drop. Next 5, that'll drop. So you can get Kane on 1 and 5, and 2 is his weapon, and of course his sash, which is his armor, and then his sensor, which is the actual accessory. So this is Kane right here. So let's take a little look at Kane. So this is what you're going to get when you get Kane. Okay. So 142 auto attack damage, deal 5 to buff evasion plus 20. Ignore death, plus 1 in PvP, 75 damage for each of your buffs. That's not bad. It's going to, of course, that is a dynamic number, so that's going to increase once you max out the skill. Deal 26 to 200 damage for each buff, so that's not bad. Unfortunately, his leader buff is only susceptible to fire type allies, so he's not a bad child. That's a pretty interesting kit. We'll have to actually, put this to the test and see if it really does equate to quite a bit. But if you can go 200 damage for each buff and you can get 8 buffs on somebody, you're talking about 1600 damage plus the 2605. You know, so that could be conceivably be you know, 23, 36, like almost 4,500 damage. So that's a pretty good. That can do some pretty good damage, especially against an Earth Child, which is actually what he has the elemental advantage against wood, not Earth. It's Earth in some games, wood in some games. It's wood in Destiny Child. So that's a pretty good set. So again, you just have to clear all 5, and you'll get him. So 1, 2, 3 from the actual mission. So that's a good chance. So let's talk a little bit about the Devil Pass. Is of course new, has resetted. So this one you're going to be able to get, if you purchase the seal, you'll be able to get another Kane. You'll be able to get Hot Spring Kane, so you'll be able to get his spring outfit and Hot Spring for Leo, who you will see here shortly. Okay, with that, let's jump down to the summon so you can start to see here. All right, so here's the base 6% summon. You want to draw on this daily. It's 6%. I sometimes get 2 from here. Premium, this is definitely want to do this because it's free. And here is Leo. Okay. And another thing for Leo, and in here she is right here. This is Banshee. Now she's PvP meta. She broke the PvP when she came out in Japan. Her skill set is extremely amazing. We'll go over that here shortly. But you definitely want to pull on that. I have already pulled on it once. So you get the one basic where you get it and then it closes. I got that on first try, thankfully. I've been saving up all of these crystals specifically for her, because I knew she was going to be hitting pretty soon here. I was a little surprised it was now. I was expecting it at Christmas or probably first of the year as a special, but they just went ahead and put her out now. So you definitely want to pull on her as much as you can. This is a banner. She's up 3%, so you definitely want to go for that as many times as you can. And get her, because she's an excellent character, and she will immensely improve your PvP abilities. Okay, so we've got a limited mission. We got pools for Leo. These are, of course, you know, if you want to pay for them. And then we got another for her if you want to get some her, and you can also get her outfit. That is an awesome Hot Spring outfit, so you can get that for her as well too. And then another couple of Banshees. You know, if you do the purchase, you can max her out if you're willing to spend a little bit of money for her. Fastius, we're going to talk a little bit about the Forge, which just is a new item that came out in this update as well. So basically, you definitely want to do the Forge. You're going to get some cores when you log on as a reward. I'll explain to you those, lady, what those cores are. And then here's another mission. If you don't, you know, Kid Leo doesn't drop for you in a certain amount of time, then you can get some out of this banner, and then you can do same thing for you know, get a guaranteed grieving Banshee from the pickup. If it 5 drops, you know, you can get this, so you have a little bit of better chances to get this. And then crystals by chaining Exorcist, Grieving Banshee, and by leveling them up to 66, and you can get a bunch of crystals, which is of course always nice. So you want to focus on that as well. Now let's talk a little bit about the Forge here real quick. All right, so the Forge is basically a way to actually increase, once a child gets to 60 enhancement level 60 with 6 limit breaks is fully maxed. That's as far as it can go. You can get a little bit, you can get more buffs from the Hot Spring, and you can also do weapon enhancements as well. This is a new version. This here focuses on the child. Now to do the core creation, you'll get some ignition cores when you log on to the game. Okay, but it takes a 5-star child. Okay, so just another way to use 5-star childs, of course. Okay, so you know, nothing new. You just need to make sure that you know, you need the ignition cores, which you can create. I'll show you how to create those. And then, but the child, as you notice, it has to be 60. Okay, level enhancement of 60 to create the actual core for the child. They said it was 60 with 6 limit breaks. That doesn't seem to be the case. That's what all the information that I had read on it previously said. But it looks to me like the only thing that needs to happen is it just needs to be an enhancement level of 60. It doesn't have to be limit broke 6 times. Okay. So, you know, that's what, and you have different sets that you can make for each one. Like when you choose it, you know, default is by that. You choose it. Ignition core. Now this is going to create the ignition core. So you got to be careful about what you're doing here. You can change cores on the child. Now, when you change it, it's overridden. The one that was on there is destroyed. So you really, really want to put some thought into this before you can do it. I'll have a video where I show a bunch of using the cores, creating the cores, utilizing them on characters. I still need to work out the actual best way to do it because the information that was put out there was not entirely accurate or is misleading. So I want to work through that before I do it. But the Forge is up, but I would hold off on that. I'll do a video on it here. It should be just a day or two. Just have some time to walk through, make sure to do it. But it's another way to use basically childs that you don't need. Okay, if you got a child that's 60, enhancement level 60, and it's limit break 60, and you get another one, you either basically you use it in the House of Reincarnation to go for one of the 6 that you're missing. Well, now if you can go to the Forge, you know, use it on either place. So it's just another place to use childs that are duped, multiple dupes that have already maxed out, or childs that you're not interested in. But if you're a collector, you want to do all the 5-star childs anyway. So, but as you get them, you can use them in that and the Forge and the House of Reincarnation. So 2 ways to use them. It's pretty good, but we'll go over it a little bit later in more detail. So let's take a look at what we got here. We got a 2nd anniversary event, which is another reason why all this stuff is popping up is because of the 2nd anniversary event. So basically, we've got a 14-day set. You get the Destiny coins. You can get them from running the event story or the basic story. Either one, you can get them. Just get 5. You know, it happens fast. Usually, when you do the story, you'll get the first 5 runs. You have 5 coins. Get the 5 coins. Do the claim. You get a 5-star ticket when you're completed. Okay, upgrade event. This is still going on. This has been going on for the last 7 days, but it's still up. So you want to try to work for this. It's up for another 14 days, so another 2 weeks. I've almost got it completed. And it's just basically evolving childs. You can also evolve materials. A lot of people don't know that, but you can use evolving of materials. It doesn't have to be a child. Evolving your 4-star materials to 5-star evolution materials will count in this. That's where these actually came from, because I'm not a big 4 to 5-star child type issue. All of the 4-star childs that are worth being elevated to 5, like Lita and some of the others, I've already done them. So I don't really have any other 4-star childs that are worth going through wasting the materials to bring them up. So, but you could do this to use your materials as a way to get the rewards without actually having to waste materials on something that's not going to be useful in the future. So you can do that. So the upgrade event, so focus on that. Rebirth challenge. Of course you want to do this. Do the Rebirth challenge each day. That's all you got to do. You get 5 tickets for free. Just do that. Okay, as you do it, you'll get the Rebirth coins and then go into the Rebirth synthesis and use your coins. Okay, and do this. I'm in the process of working on this. So I just cleared one previously. But I want to get Billy's outfit. So costume. So that's what. So I'll be clearing this one with that. But you want to do this. You want to do that because you get a grid refresh ticket. What happens is sometimes you'll pull this synthesis and you'll pull a child right here in the S rank costume format that you've already got, and you don't want to run through the whole thing to clear it again just to get a costume you've already got. So you can use the grid refresh ticket to automatically refresh it, and maybe you'll get lucky and get some more of the outfits which are available, because you've got a pretty good setup here. You can get all these S-ranked outfits up here. I've got a lot of them, so it's getting a little tight for me as well. So, but yeah, so this allows you to do that. So just do your 5 each day, and you'll be fine. And you're not going to have to purchase any tickets. Wrong bot. You're not going to have to purchase any tickets. It's going to be up for. It should be up for 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's going to be, you get 5. So you only need to do it 20 times. Okay. play Rebirth 40 times. So 40, and then use the synthesis, which is just using the tickets that you got. So you just have to do it 40 times. You get 5 tickets a day, and it's up for 14 days. So that's like 80. So you don't have to purchase any tickets. You'll be able to complete this just by doing it. Just make sure that you do it before, you need to make sure that you do it at least 8 days so that you can at least get the tickets. We got another bonus emergency port. Again, this is really good. I like this was a really, really important one simply because of the fact that you can get, that's right, your ignition cores are in here, free of charge each day. Plus, you get lanterns, which is, of course, good for the spot. Lanterns are hard to come by nowadays. But yes, you definitely want to do this. Multiple cores in here. So claim these. It's free. Just got to log in. Okay? And extra lessons up. Now, extra lessons is an awesome. They only really do this on special times because of how intense it is and how well it is. So basically, each day when this opens up, you get this. So if you complete this, you fight 3 battles in story mode. I mean, that takes what, 5 minutes, and then use 30 stamina. When you fight the battles, you're going to use the stamina. So bam, you got them both. Easy, piece of cake. And then you get to choose from all of these childs. That's right. Now, Banshee's not in here. I've already checked. Banshee's not in here, unfortunately. This is only current childs that are out. Banshee's not considered, until after she's been through her initial event phase. So you're not going to see her in here. But if there's any other, level 60 childs that are at 5 and you need one more to break them, right here it is. Okay, because these are just regular base childs. This is not, when the last event that they had last year, they gave you a level 6 enhancement 60, fully limit broke 60 child with skills. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was just the most amazing thing I ever, and it did for 6 days. It was ridiculous. That is still in the history of mobile gaming the best event I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, a fully enhanced, fully limit broke child, full skill set. I mean, it was ridiculous. And they gave you that on one of each 6 days, and you could choose. You literally could choose. I mean, they didn't give you every single child, but each day had a different set of childs. So you could pretty much guaranteed to get something at least 3 or 4 days that you liked. And I did. I managed to get 5 days, which were really excellent. So this is not quite that good, but it's still allowing you to check. It allows you to focus, min-max your account, which is so important when you start getting higher levels, when you're starting to just have slots that you need to fill. You've already got most of the childs. Like I've pretty much got all of them, and I'm focused on the ones that I want to focus on, trying to get them to 66. This right here is important for that, and you'll be able to choose that. On the second day, you'll get selector tickets. Okay, and now you get 2. You get 2 of the following rewards, so you can choose 2. So it's not just one child you can choose here. You can choose 2, and it's the same with this. So you can choose, you want to get a wood child, a light child, dark child, a 5-star, just a generic, 5-star healer, debuffer. So you can be very, very, very selective to what you want. Same thing here. Same thing here. And then here's another selector for specific childs. So search through there, find what you need. Hopefully they'll have it. I mean, it's not every single child in the game, but it is, good. This right here, a bunch of the actual enhancement materials for your weapons, or 1.2 million onyx. Okay, that's right, 1.2 million, 1,220,000 onyx, or 12,222 crystals. Now this could be good if you wanted to draw for, if you're having trouble not getting Banshee or some of this will give you another several pulls on her banner to possibly get her. And then there's 12 million in terms of gold if you need gold. I've got a lot of gold, so not really something I need, but again, 1.2 million onyx is awesome. That's like, I think that's probably 2 childs from the base, fully limit broke, fully awoken, Now, you won't be able to limit breaking, of course you need dupes, but you'll be able to fully enhance their skills. So that's pretty good. That's definitely something you definitely want to consider. Level 7, of course, more ignition cores. Okay. And then final grade is, of course, this. Now, this is a spa select box. Okay. You get the child select right here. You can choose any child that you want. Okay. Any child. They're all in here, except for Banshee's not in here, of course. It would be nice if they had Banshee in here, but of course they're not going to put Banshee in here because she's not considered a child yet. But this is the child select box, okay? And then right here is the spa selector box. Now this is going to be nice for me because there's 2 or 3 childs that I was really focusing on. I haven't been able to get. You can get them in here. There's some really, really good ones in here. So this is a selector box for the spa, okay? And then we've got a bunch of prism cartas. If you want to select, select whichever prism carta you want, okay, or ignition cores, okay. So as you can see, a lot of selection that you want. You get all of those, by the way, just not one. When you complete the mission, you get all of these, okay. So make sure that you complete it all. You get 4. You can choose 4. 1, 2, 3. So that's up. If you get an A+, which is completing all the assignments, you'll get a 4. You can choose 4. You can't get every single one. You can get 4. Okay, and then 3 to 5 assignments you can get 2, and in D you only get 1. So you're definitely going to get the A+. And these are not hard to complete. These are not super. You can be a new player and complete these. Okay, they're not difficult. There's anything in here that extract Awakened Child to D class, sell items to get 5. I mean, this is all basic stuff. Do the night world. Okay, so this is not stuff that's difficult. It's very easy to do stuff. So focus on that because excellent rewards. So this is an awesome event. They put up so much stuff that it's just ridiculous. And again, Banshee's up, so go for her. You definitely want to go for her. She will change your PvP fortunes. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at take a look at her skills here real quick, and I'll show you why. So I've only got her maxed up to 10 because I've only got one version of her. So anything that's in yellow will of course be increased as you increase the actual level. This so you deal auto attack damage, of course. Okay, deal 530 damage to one enemy. Okay, and it's going to take priority on the debuffer. Okay, and then debuff accuracy -11%. That's going to go up -11% for 10 seconds. That's going to go up. All 3 of these will increase as you level it up. Deal 903 damage to 2 random enemies, and here's where it gets good. This will max to 70% once you fully leveled her up. So a 70% chance to inflict sleep. Okay, they can't act. Okay, basically they go to sleep, and in PvP that's horrible. I mean, not being able to act in PvP 4, that's right. This goes up as well. Okay, so you're basically fixed at 0. Okay, auto attack and skills for 6 seconds. Attack -1590. That's going to go up. So you're not only are you going to put them asleep for a turn, but or for 6 seconds, or get 6 seconds, or if they get hit, it of course deletes it. So if you're focusing, just make sure you don't hit them. They'll be out of the match for 6 seconds. That's 2 or 3 turns, and then they're also going to and attack is going to be reduced for 12 seconds. Okay, so this is why she's completely resetting PvP. You have to have her. Just make sure you don't go up against her in PvP if you don't, because she can literally throws one of your characters out the door. They're no longer as effective, and then it gets even better. Deal 2258 damage to 3 enemies, and it's going to prioritize the one with the highest attack. Okay, and then -40 and defense -30 for 16 seconds. 3 of your highest attacking enemies, or your enemies hitting you, are going to have their attack reduced by 40% and their debuff by 30%, negative 30% for 16 seconds. Okay? Completely destroy you in PvP. Those high powered, high damage teams, they're not going to be able to function when she is on the opposing team, because it completely negates that advantage. So you're going to have to focus on, countering her and countering their debuffer. And then this right here, a debuff, like 15% for enemy debuffers. Okay, so our best bet, PvP, she's a 10, no doubt. She's also going to be excellent in PvE. Okay, against those bosses that you're having trouble with. So she definitely, now world boss and Ragna. World boss, there are other charts you can put out. I mean, this her leader skill is not bad, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately it only focuses on enemy debuffers. So it could be useful. I mean, definitely something that you might want to consider, especially if you don't have any debuffers. You definitely want her in there. I'm going to use her. And so what you want to look at in World Boss and Ragna Break is how much debuffs. Okay, did you hear what I said? How much debuffs the World Boss, in this case the Ragna Boss, is setting out. If you listen to when I read Kane's skills, who's the current Ragna Boss, he's a debuffer. Okay, he's an attacker, but he's listed as an attacker, but he's throwing out a lot of debuffs. Okay, so this is an excellent counter to that. So you see, he's an attacker, but he's throwing out a lot of debuffs, which are bleeds and things like that. He's throwing those out. So this is going to damage on targets with 4 debuffs. Okay, so you see that that's one of the reasons she was in it out, because she's going to be a pretty good setup. So you definitely probably want to try to work her in your team. Definitely get her maxed out, put her in PvP, and you're going to find out that you're going to be winning a lot of those matches that you weren't able to win before. So she's an excellent PvP game changer, and an all-around good child, and she looks good too. So could you do that with the big hands with the guns? So definitely good. So once I've got her fully awoken and limp broke, I will give you another take a look at her here. Right now she's only at C because I have to get her leveled up, so I haven't had a chance to do much. I just wanted to get this up because this update was so huge. It's like almost 500 megabit update, and this is a mobile game. Not that's comparable to most updates that you get for your AAA games on a computer. But this was and just on a mobile game, so it was nearly 500. So it was a big update, but there's a lot of stuff. Second anniversary event combined with Ragna Break Season 3. So get in there and get to working on it, and make sure that you do some draws on her. I'll have another video where I do actually draw. I'm not going to draw her on her yet. I'll do that in a video. So we can see how lucky or unlucky I get in terms of what I need. All right, so thanks a lot for watching the video. And remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you click on that bell, you'll be notified each time I drop a video. So this is Kane coming at you from the corner, signing out.